France beat England 2-1 after a nail-biting match at the World Cup and is set to play Morocco in the semi-finals on Wednesday.
Most of the southern Ukrainian city of Odessa is without power, while most of the fighting continues to take place near Bakhmut.
Human rights activists from Russia, Ukraine and Belarus have been celebrated at the Nobel Peace Prize ceremony in Oslo.
France beat England 2-1 after a nail-biting match at the World Cup in Qatar. Les Bleus are set to play Morocco for a place in the final next Wednesday. French midfielder Aurélien Tchouaméni and veteran striker Olivier Giroud scored the 2 goals for France. England captain Harry Kane equalized on a penalty after France's first goal but missed a second shootout. Earlier that day, it was a moment of celebration for fans of Morocco as it became the first African country to reach the World Cup semi-finals by beating Portugal 1-0 on Saturday. Only 3 other African nations have made it to the quarterfinals before them. Portugal's Cristiano Ronaldo didn't start for the second straight game, but came on as a substitute in the 51st minute. EU member states reached an agreement on Saturday to unblock an €18 billion package of financial aid to Ukraine for next year. Ukraine can count on the EU. We will continue to support Ukraine also financially for as long as it takes, said the EU Council in a statement. The countries have circumvented the veto of Hungary, which has kept aid to Ukraine blocked as blackmail so that its European partners would not freeze its recovery funds because of rule of law breaches.
Darkness on the streets of Odessa as the southern Ukrainian city is entirely without electricity after an attack by Russian forces. While some people are forced to live by candlelight, the city's essential infrastructure, such as hospitals and maternity wards, are still able to access power, according to Kyiv. In the country's eastern Donetsk region, Moscow has continued its offensive, with most of the fighting reportedly taking place in the Bakhmut district. Over the past day, the enemy conducted 5 missile and about 20 airstrikes, as well as more than 60 attacks from multiple rocket launchers. Fighting heated up around Bakhmut after Ukrainian forces recaptured the city of Kherson nearly a month ago. Capturing Bakhmut would disrupt Ukraine's supply lines and could open a new route for Russian forces to press on towards key strongholds in the Donetsk region.
The co-winners of the Nobel Peace Prize, Russia's oldest human rights organization Memorial, Ukraine's Center of Civil Liberties, and Ales Bialyatsky, a jailed Belarusian activist, have been honoured at an awards ceremony in Oslo. It comes as Alexandra Matvichuk from Ukraine's Center of Civil Liberties told reporters on Friday that Russian President Putin and Belarusian President Lukashenko should be brought to justice.
We must break this circle of impunity. We must establish international tribunal and hold Putin, Lukashenko and other war criminals accountable, not only for Ukrainians, but for the other nations in the world.
Memorial, acclaimed for its studies on political repression, was shut down by Russia's Supreme Court in December 2021 after the Duma declared the organisation a foreign agent in 2016. The imprisoned Bialyatsky has become the 4th person in the 121-year history of the Nobel Prizes to win an award while behind bars. The triple prize has been seen as a strong rebuke of Putin and Lukashenko's crackdown on democracy.
The Nobel Prize ceremony kicks off Saturday in Stockholm and Oslo after a 2-year disruption due to the pandemic. The Swedish capital is hosting an awards ceremony for the fields of medicine, physics, chemistry, literature, and economics. Some of the laureates include Annie Ernaux, the first French woman and the 17th overall to win the Nobel Literature Prize.